The 12th century in Georgian history ended with an unusual event, the enthronement of a woman, Tamari, to the throne to the Kingdom of Georgia. Tamari was not only the first woman in Georgia's history to become its ruler, she was also one of the world's few female leaders. Tamar Mepe was born in 1160 as the daughter of King Georgi III. Following the death of her father in 1184, Tamari became the sole leader of Georgia. However, many members of the Georgian nobility questioned her ability to rule and her legitimacy to the throne due to her sex. In order to show goodwill towards her opponents, she made a few major concessions. The first being to the Georgian Orthodox Church and the Georgian feudal nobility, who demanded that Tamari be reanointed as leader in Kutaisi, with the Bishop of Kutaisi coronating her. The second major concession came from the nobility, which demanded that she rescind her father's law which allowed commoners and non-Georgians to ascend to the nobility. The last major battle between the nobility and Tamar's unquestioned right to rule came from a few rebellious nobles. The nobles demanded a Karavi, or House of Lords, to be set up near the royal palace in Isani on the outskirts of Tbilisi. They demanded that the Karavi would be the sole entity to appoint ministers and enact laws. The nobles claimed that they wanted feudal constitutionalism, but in reality, they simply wanted to dethrone Tamar Mepe and rule the country themselves. Tamar Mepe had the royal treasurer, who led the group of unloyal nobles, arrested and sent two noblewomen to negotiate with the Karavi. After the rebel nobles could not agree on a response, they surrendered. After defeating the nobility, Tamar Mepe still had to contend with the powerful and influential Georgian Orthodox Church. Following the success of David Akhmashinabeli, Tamar Mepe held a synod, excluding the Catholicos Patriarch, and managed to replace a few hostile bishops with those who would support her rule. To finally appease the Church's concerns with her ability to secure the monarchy with an heir, she allowed them to marry her to a Russian prince, Yuri of Rostov-Sudzhal. He was coronated as Mepe, king, while Tamar was coronated as Mepeta Mepe Dedopalta Dedopali, king of kings, queen of queens. Following the death of the Catholicos Patriarch and the Georgian chief minister, Tamar Mepe was free to act as she wished. In 1189, Tamar Mepe chose to marry David Soslan, an Alan prince from North Ossetia, and in 1192 she had a son, Lasha, and a daughter the following year. Throughout her reign, Tamar Mepe managed to push Georgia's borders as far south as the Araxes River. Vassal states were created in Trabzon, Circassia, the North Caucasus, and Shirvan. Georgia had peaked. During the reign of Tamar Mepe, Georgia's culture too had peaked. Varzia, a massive cave-hewn city in the country's Meskheti region, stretched for nearly half a kilometer across the cliffside and was nearly 20 stories tall. Georgian literature too had experienced a renaissance. The Georgian language was rapidly adopting new vocabulary from Persian rather than Turkish, as Georgia's borders continued to expand southward. This not only brought in new loanwords and grammar, but created new writing styles and topics. Byzantine and European literature was still focused on religion and Christian philosophy, and would remain so until the Renaissance some 400 years later, while Persian and Islamic literature was more human-focused. The combination of new literary themes and the personal influence of Tamar Mepe herself had allowed for Shota Rustaveli to write Vepchitz Kaosani, The Knight in the Panther's Skin, which is often described as an allegory for the events that were taking place in Georgia during the reign of Tamar Mepe. Tamar Mepe led Georgia through its medieval zenith. Due to her great role in developing Georgian culture and building medieval Georgia into its greatest and most powerful form, she is venerated not only by the Georgian people as one of the country's greatest rulers, but is also a saint in the Georgian Orthodox Church. Under Tamar Mepe, Georgia became a unique synthesis of Christian culture and secularism, Byzantium and Persia, the unique combination of features that still persists in modern Georgian culture and society today. For more information about Georgia, visit our website www.visiting-georgia.com. Thanks for watching.